Welcome to
And
Blue Collar Crypto. This is the wonderful show that happens twice on Sundays. We're always here at 4 o'clock and 5:30 p.m. Central. The host of Blue Collar Crypto is Tim Trosian, but we have a special guest joining us tonight as a guest host. I'm First of all, I'll introduce myself quickly. Sue Roskoff with World of Ability Podcast Network. And Tim's been with us now for a very long time, doing a great show with us. And tonight, you get a special treat because we have Jim Bannon joining us. And he is going to be guest hosting this evening for Blue Collar Crypto. Jim, I am so happy to see you today. How are you doing?
I am actually top of the world, and almost literally, I'm back up in Globe, which is in the mountains of Arizona. If you have anything made out of copper, it probably came from here. I own 5 world-class companies, and I am a video producer. And the first thing I want people to know is if you're afraid of getting on a camera, I'm showing you an example. I broke my top plate and it's going to be a week before I can get it prepared. So I could either hide myself or stay public. It doesn't matter what you look like. It matters what's in your head and what your contributions are to the world. And there are some things I can do here to help people in the crypto market and in the video market. And we're soon going to get Sue and Kurt to stop using the amateur created QR code that she's got and adopt my call to action symbol because I am the world's expert in QR codes. Um, Toyota, the founder of the technology, in licensed only 5 companies in the world, and I happen to be honored, along with my founder, of having the only license in North America. And amateur created freebie QR codes fail 20 to 70% of the time, but people don't even know that because they don't have an ROI track report, which I provide for free, that shows you that mine works 100% of the time. But I was on Twitter Spaces before Elon decided, no, incorrect. Before Elon's people or some robot decided to ban me, that was not very good for Elon. But to his credit, I was pretty well known on Spaces. And if you're going to be in the crypto market, I highly recommend you get on Twitter Spaces. It's less than 2% of the users in the world, but it's where all the power is. All of the Meta Rides and Darcy Donovan and World of Tings, all of the leaders in this industry are on Twitter Spaces or X Spaces. And I was in a space with Elon himself saying that his people never should have banned me. They are really for free speech, and so am I. And the only way you should get banned is A, you threaten someone. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That would never happen. You dox someone, and that's kind of pretty bad on Twitter. And that is people use a handle to keep their real personality confidential. Mine is QR done right. That one's been banned. So I use my real name, Jim Bannon, and it's also call to action symbol because I never lie. So I don't mind being a public personality. And if you want to reach me, I want to be available to you. Just like Lee Cockrell, I did a podcast with him, and somebody asked him why he prints his phone number on his website. Now, this guy is the guy who created the happiest place on earth. Yeah, you know it is Walt Disney World. He doesn't have a college degree, and that was the topic of his podcast, but he's pretty much in demand because he was executive vice president of Walt Disney World Resorts with 43,000 employees. And he decided to become a consultant. He gets $20,000 a day. So the host asked him in the podcast, why do you publish your phone number? He said, because I get $20,000 a day. And if somebody wants to hire me, I want them to be able to get in touch with me. Thus the phone, thus the being visible. And all you guys who make up your own rules about privacy, and remember, this is the United States of America. It's free speech. And remember, we had these things called white pages and yellow pages, and your information was publicly available. So I don't know who's created all of these rules and blocking and everything to prevent free speech, but to Elon's credit, he's pretty good. So if you get on Twitter Spaces, less than 2% of the population, but all the governors and heads of both of the parties and major CEOs, major world leading corporations are all there. So I suggest you get there. There are people that will help you with crypto. I've got some of the best in the world. I mean, literally. I had two guys take Dr. John Colares's book and run it through Chat GPT. And I made a presentation to the Board of Education of Arizona and blew their socks off. Now, Arizona is the worst education system in the country. And I committed to the governor, who I had a major factor in getting elected, that we would make them number one. So that's what free speech does. Now, in the crypto market, NFT is for artists and now authors and video producers who want to use the internet and what we're calling Web3, which is where everything is going, the metaverse, AI, virtual reality. If you want to keep up with the world, you want to do it in the crypto space with NFT. And that's why I bought the company in one of the first months of the formation of my company. And everybody laughs at me because I own 75,000 shares and I don't have a wallet yet, because I started to do that and somebody was teaching me, and there's a lot of security, which I highly recommend. And if you don't do it right, your whole fortune could go right out the window. But if you do it right, cryptocurrency is pretty secure. Matter of fact, the Bank of America, Chase Bank, the US government, all these people are in crypto, although they don't admit it publicly. NFT has created an opportunity for individual creators and artists to really become famous. I know a lady in my campsite who carves wooden dolls, and she's got over 1 million views on Instagram. YouTube. They pay her money. So she's up there selling them as NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens. And that is using what is the new money. Now, the other new money is what I do. 1.3 billion Chinese use my technology instead of cash. They have for over a decade, and Americans don't have a clue. I mean, we're still fighting over who the rightful president was in 2016 as the Asians continue to clean our clock. And I am doing everything possible to get Americans caught up. But they never had credit cards, so they went straight from cash to QR codes. And I don't have to teach people in China or Japan or Korea how to use a QR code. I mean, they use it every minute of every day. But Americans are using freebie software, creating codes that they don't have a clue about, leading people to their webpage, which is the worst thing they could possibly do. And I build mobile optimized video sites to address the 85% of the market that is mobile. My call to action symbol works 100% of the time for $79 one time. My website is only $149 one time. And you don't even need a domain or program or anything. I do that all hosting for you for $30 a month. And the reason I know all these stats is that I provide a ROI, yes, return on investment, tracking without the K, TRAC. ROItrack.com is my main platform. If you do it without the 5 characters that always follow it, you'll end up on my link tree. But if you use the 5 characters, We are a URL shortener, and some of you know what that is. Like Bitly is the number one in the world. Google, GOO.GL, was right up there. And both of us should have bought them because my company is one of the top 5. But we shorten a huge URL that amateurs jam into a freebie software, and it creates a QR code that is so dense that tablets would never be able to read it. And what people didn't know until very, very recently, none of the tablets had autofocus cameras, so they could never scan the code. And therefore, they didn't have the analytics. They were amateurs. They didn't have the education. They didn't have the software. And they were putting QR codes all over the world because they were free. So if you want to do it right, I can help you do it right. Just like cryptocurrency, you want to listen to the experts. You don't want to get in there with a schlock guy who says, take your 401k and put everything in cryptocurrency. Just like any investment, you want to balance, and I am not giving you financial advice. I am not a fiduciary. I held no license whatsoever, but I'm giving you lifetime lessons. It's good to balance your portfolio, especially with this divisiveness in this economy and our government that's just gone way off the tracks. You want to protect yourself. Now, I've never bought precious metals, but a lot of people do. I invested in real estate personally, but not as a business. A lot of people do. And cryptocurrency, NFTs, all these other things are just other vehicles. But like any business that you get into, you got to do your homework. You don't get your master's degree in 3 days. I send people to my website, a little commercial. It is call, like telephone call, the numeral 2, the word action, the word symbol, symbol.net. I send people to that website and I say, if you do your homework, it's like getting a $25,000 master's degree from ASU that would take you 2 years. It took me 15 years to build that, and I provide all the education for free. So if you have questions, it's free. It is available for you because I'm trying to take Arizona from the worst education in the country and make them number 1. And the only way you have tremendous growth is that you become unselfish and you give. You volunteer. That's why I love Sue and Kurt, because everything they're doing is for the good of humanity. I'm working with them on 1.3 million refugees in Bangladesh. I'm also working separately with somebody, 300,000 refugees in Kenya. So you sitting in your desk, sitting behind a camera, can make a difference in the world. It just takes heart and generosity, and you can't imagine how much you'll learn. I mean, I graduated from school with a 2.1. I almost flunked out of UConn. I dropped electrical engineering because I dropped my 5th level math course, Introductory Theory Equations. But today I operate 5 world-class companies. My board of directors of my flagship company are 22 people. 7 of them are PhDs. I've done a TED Talk on steroids. They call me a genius. I hate that because I am not. I'm a C+ student. But I know how to surround myself with geniuses. When I wanted to get into cryptocurrency, I got some of the top 5 in the world as friends. You can do that. When I wanted to become a video producer, I got many experts that helped me. You can do that. I ran a $500,000 TV control room in a Catholic church, and we broadcast throughout all of Comcast Chicagoland. Unfortunately, we never got across the cheddar cheese curtain, which is where Kurt and Sue are, but it's a shame they couldn't get the broadcast. But what I'm saying is collaboration, keeping your mind open, listening much more than you talk, keeping your 2 eyes, 2 ears against your 1 mouth proportionally balanced. And I have Dr. John Kalaris who is a senior professor at DeVry Keller Graduate School of Management. He was on the younger Bush's Leadership and Education Committee for 5 years. He was voted the #1 professor in the world by UNICEF. And I give him homework. I love it. He's a PhD. And then I bought a company in the middle of a demo with him. And we call it the Three Musketeers. But I bought a metaverse company in the middle of a demo with a lady that I met on Eric Zuli's Easy Way Network. So if you recognize value and if you broaden your knowledge and if you're cautious with your decisions, you can make the right decisions at the right time. In that metaverse, I'm cooperating with 2 other major companies. They could be my competitors, but I don't compete. I collaborate. And if everybody in America did that, if everybody in the world did that, we would be a whole much better place to live. And so I'm dedicated to that. So, what are the trends? Video, QR codes, Web3, cryptocurrency, NFT, AI. And don't let it overwhelm you. All you got to do is ask. I am self-taught. I saw a guy on YouTube that built his business based on a book that I recommend. And I'll make this brave offer to you. If you're in this audience and can prove it, go to Amazon, type in Made to Stick, and buy either the book or the Audible or both, and send me the bill, and I will pay it by PayPal. Because I believe that book, despite the fact that it's written by 2 PhDs from Michigan and my daughter was a Buckeye, I think it's the #1 way to help America communicate. It gives you a success formula. So I saw a guy who's a video producer trainer, and he packaged the program and another pitch. Sue and Kurt are deeply involved in the Great Discovery, which is going to be one of the best educational platforms in the world. And so I bought this program when I had very little money. I was unemployed, from Miguel Hernandez from Grumo Media. And he taught me how to take that success formula and write a script and create a video that would be the most powerful communication tool you can make. So I give that to you as a gift. Teach yourself, because no matter what business you're in, you need to improve your communication skills. Made to Stick on Amazon. I am Jim.Bannon at call2actionsymbol.net. Send me a copy of your receipt. I will pay you by PayPal. Now, back to crypto. Just like anything else, a trade association are the people you want to hang around with. And there is no trade association that I know of in the Web3, the crypto, or the NFT space. But the leaders are all on X Spaces. They are all there. And they are willing to help you. They will bend over backwards. I'll give you an example. I live in all over Arizona, but I was living in Gold Canyon. And we have a gorgeous mountain called the Superstition. And there's an art community with 104 members called the Artists of the Superstition. And these guys don't have business cards. They don't know how to market. It's like being back in the 50s. Now, if you got a hobby and you want it to be a hobby, that's fine. But if you want to have a business and you run it like a hobby, that's not fine. And I don't do business with people who have hobbies. I will bend over backwards for somebody who wants to grow a business. So the first thing you need a business card. Otherwise, you're not in business. You have a hobby. Oh, you say, I spend my life on the internet. Yeah. What is the internet? It's people, it's audio, it's graphic, it's text. Same thing in the offline world. You need a business card. You need one that's graphic so that you can post it on YouTube and Instagram and everywhere. YouTube, Facebook. Okay. And I happen to build the best business cards in the world. I charge $79, and they are not a business card. They are the entrance ramp to the information highway. They are just a ticket. So I have one of my board of members who's a genius, but he's a maggot, and he is the most stubborn guy. He's I don't need business cards. Everybody needs business cards. But more importantly, you need a ticket to get from the offline world, which is magazine and print and car wraps and real estate signs and lawn lights that all the candidates put at every intersection. You need to take the offline world to your online presence. That's where everybody is. That's where AI is. That's where you can do A/B split testing. That's where the cryptocurrency is. That's where the great discoveries education is. That's where, if you don't know something in 5 days, you don't know it, that's your fault, because there are so many educational resources. If I am a top video producer, been on the red carpet twice last year in Hollywood, and I never took a class in video, just one book and paying attention to people. If I can do it, a 2.1 grade point average, you can do it. You can do it in any field that you want to be an expert. And the joke is that anybody, more than 50 miles away from home that carries a briefcase calls themselves an expert. Yeah, that's a fraud. An expert is somebody who's done anything over 10,000 times, because if you do it over 10,000 times, it shows your commitment, your yearning for learning, your willingness to network with people that are geniuses, that are experts, so that when you stand next to them, when you associate with them, they will love you and they will share with you. It's amazing the value of stuff that people gave me for free. Free. These are the top people in the world. Tony Robbins, Simon Sinek, Gary Vaynerchuk, J.D. Wildflower, my girlfriend, Trey Stellatori. She's the executive director of Warner Brothers and Paramount Studios. I mean, these people are willing to help you. Tim, who is a host of this program, I just met him. I lost $21 million last year because I got a cease and desist from the Lions Club after I spent a small fortune building out the Lions Quest program for them, totally automating this organization that had more AOL.com email addresses than I've ever seen. And the focus was on eliminating, or at least dramatically reducing, foster children. And adults got their egos and their titles and their opinions in the way of taking care of these kids. And because they didn't understand, and because they didn't want to invest in their education, they went to a lawyer, and the lawyer gave me a cease and desist. I had to shut it all down. So 46,000 Lions Club, 1.5 million members, and foster kids who every 2 minutes stand in front of a judge, and in more than half the cases are yanked out of their home. They all lost because of a lawyer. Now, do you know what the difference is between a lawyer and a catfish? One is a scum-sucking bottom dweller, and the other is an innocent little fish, and I eat both of them for dinner. But I love Lions Club. I want to do this with the kids. So I've offered them with a $50,000 apology. And if they create an award after my name, because I'm 76, I'm not going to be around forever. And I want the award to be in the shape of a telephone. And the award is given for each one of the 46,000 clubs. Who is the person who is most progressed in their pro bono communication skills? Give them the award. And when they do that, I will turn on the software that is worth about $100,000 that explains the program, provides registration. It's all password protected. It's an event platform. It's everything that Lions Club needs to run their Lions Quest, which is a 30-year-old program, but they're so modest and they don't know how to communicate that it's the world's best kept secret. But it is the best social emotional learning program in the world. It's a 16-week certified course. And if that lawyer didn't stick her nose in where it didn't belong and she didn't have a clue, we would have exploded that, because I brought one of my board members who's a Department of Defense certified combat brain training. He's a neuroplasticity expert, and they wanted to hear him. We had 3 items on the agenda. They wanted to hear him much more than the 2 items that I had. So what I'm trying to do here is say, you're in a new arena. When you get something new, keep your mouth shut. My dad used to always tell me, if you walk into a room and you are not the alpha male, and make sure you are, because if you are not, somebody is going to bite you in the ass. You go in the room and you listen, and you use 2 of these, and only 1 of these, and you use it proportionately, and you will gain so much love and education and training and profit, and your life will be rich and the world will be richer. And we can use all these fantastic communication tools. We'll get out of this divisiveness. We'll get out of this negativity. We will get out of these crazy fake wars. We will be one globe of people who love each other and collaborate. And when you get into this cryptocurrency market, the people who really believe that, I'm not talking about the mouths that you see on TV and, Fox News, who paid a $750 million fine for lying to the American public. They didn't even go to trial. They just pled guilty. And people still turn that station on? Are you kidding me? So I never lie. I just tell the truth. And I've been arrested a number of times because people trespass me because they don't want to hear something new. And they will do everything not to learn. But that's okay. I eventually get out and I sue the heck out of them. I got a $10 million lawsuit coming against Ela County Jail. And then I'm going to sign $1 million contract with a sheriff and bring 5 world-class people to teach them how to run a jail legally. So the world wins. But cryptocurrency has got the potential to be one of the biggest wins in the world. I mean, there's a lot of secrecy. It is not being manipulated by a government or multi-governments. The billionaires don't have a better position than the blue-collar factory worker. But we got to take this world back from the 1%. We got to quit voting for people who cut our throat. We got to take responsibility for this democracy that our great leaders handed to us. It's a gift 250 years ago. I love Lee Cockrell from Disney, who I'm trying to get on my board. And he said, if you're American, don't brag. Be grateful. You're lucky. That's it. There's nothing special about you, but you're lucky. And this thing about fighting the immigrants, my God, we would not have a country. I was Irish. There's English, Germans, Yugoslavians. This is the United States of America, the greatest organization, the greatest experiment in the world. And we got a lot of people that are trying to screw it up because they're selfish, they lie, they manipulate, and they give tax breaks to the billionaires. So let's do the leveling of the field. And yes, I saw every minute of the January 6th hearing. So I wrote to Adam Kinzinger. It only took 3 times. And I now sit on 3 committees of the only nonpartisan candidate training program in the world. We're a 501(c) and 2 501(c)s. We welcome Democrats, real Republicans, independents, undecided. It's a love-in, all except the criminal MAGA. And that will make America a collaborative, debate-based democracy. Nothing wrong with having differences of opinion, but there is something wrong if you talk your opinion without any fact and you try to think it's the truth. It's not the truth. And you're too lazy to research it. That's how we got in trouble. So back to everybody, and I advise seeing the movie, Reagan. Regardless of your party, Dennis Quaid just killed it, knocked the ball out of the park. It's a wonderful movie. And I love Reagan. But he made a mistake. Don't we all, right? He came up with this thing called trickle-down economics. Now, it sounded like a good idea, but in 50 years, it's raped this country. It doesn't work. Billionaires don't voluntarily, although, what's the guy in Omaha? Come on. I know his name, right? Walter, one of the richest guys, the old guy who's stepping down in his partner. But anyway, they are the ones who said they should be taxed higher, right? When I grew up, the tax rates for corporations were as high as 95%. 95%. Today it's zero. Okay, but the taxes are being paid by the worker. The poor guys that are out and girls that are working 3 jobs. I know, I've been homeless. I know, I pushed carts in a Walmart. I knew the whole Walmart executive staff. When I was 9, I was national sales manager at General Electric. They were my guests. Yet, because of a failed $4 billion merger and age discrimination and cancer and all the things that happened, interesting. It's changing my speaker here. Sorry, it just distracted me. But if you tell the truth, you keep your mind open, you explore all the latest and greatest technology, you surround yourself with experts, your life is going to be so enjoyable. You will make a fortune. I don't care what your passion is, discover it. And crypto is one of the ways to do it. And don't do it like the liar in chief. Come up with this fake crypto coin and then use it to give it to people to bribe you at a dinner in Mar-a-Lago. That is not the way the cryptocurrency was designed to work. Only the worst narcissist, criminal, schlock, con man could come up with that. And his son-in-law, who made $2 billion from the Saudis and the $1 billion Qatar airplane that you're paying for. I mean, come on, folks, do your homework. Keep your mind open, educate yourself, understand how to see fraud, but don't turn down opportunities. So I wish some people were here because I'm so used to question and answer. I'm not used to doing long monologues, but I hope you found some value. You have found the right place. I have been around a long time on the internet. I've been around a long time in the computer business. I was a Fortran programmer with punch cards. Yeah, if you saw Hidden Figures about the computers at NASA, that's what I was doing, that machine. And then when I almost flunked out, and that was why I was in electrical engineering, that was the only way to get a computer degree. I got a marketing degree, and I went to work for Singer Business Machines, the 3rd largest computer company in the world. So I was competing with IBM and DEC, Digital Equipment Corporation, in 1974. And I had a 300-pound mechanical typewriter because we bought the old Frieden Calculator Company. I called on every single attorney in Louisville, Kentucky with that monster. But I installed the Army automated commissary system at Fort Knox. Yeah, Fort Knox, where the gold is not anymore. And I did it on paper tape with a paper tape punch and a paper tape reader. Ironically, in the same office at the same time, we had the world's best client server environments because we had all the Sears point of sale systems. And then when I went with General Electric, Kroger was my national account. So I was there when UPCA barcodes were introduced. It was the Kenwood Shopping Center in 1974 in a Kroger food store, because the UCC, Universal Commercial Code Council, is out of Dayton, Ohio, only a year or only an hour down the road. And that technology took forever to take hold until a friend of mine down in Bentonville, when I was 29, and I was calling on him, he came out into this little lobby, he was the richest man in the world. He put his dime in the coffee pot. Can you imagine the richest man in the world putting a dime in a coffee pot in his own company? And he turned the chair around backwards and he addressed us and he said, guys, now I've got 3 daughters, a female dog, so I know who the superior sex is. There's no debate there. But at those times, there were no women in national account sales at Walmart. And he said, guys, I'm scanning your codes, and your artsy fartsy graphic artist guys and gals are putting color on it. They're rounding the edges. They're dropping a cancerous logo in the middle of it. And if they're not scanning, these things were designed to be 100% reliable. So the next time I get a failure at my register, it's a $10,000 fine. Are there any questions? Well, how long do you think it took for UPCA barcodes to be ubiquitous around the world? And when's the last time you saw one fail? Nah, doesn't happen. Yet all of these amateurs get this freebie software and they think they're experts in QR codes. They are not. They don't have a license. And they put logos right in the middle of it. The redundancy is like on a Challenger or a 747. Who would screw with that redundancy? Well, that graphic artist, because he wanted to make it look pretty. He wanted to personalize it, and he didn't, or she didn't know anything about what they were doing. Now, I've got a place for a logo. It should be there, but there's a box, and it's the logo box. And then there's the UVP box, the universal value proposition. Do you know what the universal value proposition is from some amateur who creates a QR code on Bitly or Canva or any of 1,000 places? No. And, you know, my father would look at the thing and say, what's that? Well, you got to teach the people who need to be taught. You don't need to do that in Asia, but you do in America. 1, start your camera. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, you used to have to download software. Now it's built into the operating system ever since September 17th of 2017, when when Apple got smart, and they instead of having people download software, which half their users could not do because you have to have a password, and half of the Apple users don't know their password, which is why I would never own an Apple product as long as I live. But that's another story. I love them because they built it into the operating system. So you just start your camera, you move it in and out, focus it until a yellow button comes up, you press it, and voila, you're there. You've gone from the offline world to your online presence. Now, Android followed very soon after that. They had a better system. When theirs popped up, it wasn't so easy to ignore that little yellow pill. A lot of people just blow through it. Android filled the whole lower half of the screen with a big white message, and you would press that button and get there. Well, they got dumb just like Apple. They copied them, so now they got the little yellow thing that a lot of people miss. But again, this is a skill that you learn one time. You do it a few times. You know, you don't make anything yours without practicing like 20 times. That's what the experts say. And once you've done that, you have become one of the best communicators in the world. And I promise you that I'm going to create value on the other end of that, so that when you scan my call to action system symbol for my clients, you don't go to their webpage that you can't do on a 4-inch screen. They were designed for desktops, really expensive programmers. And remember, I'm a techie, right? So I know what mobile responsive means, right? I used to have 1,600 Unix installations, an international sales force of 100 people. I know what I'm talking about. But those people are just taking a desktop, which is now 15% of the market and decreasing rapidly, and they're not changing it. They're just changing the appearance, the format. They're not changing the contents, and they jam it into a smartphone and it looks okay instead of the terrible thing it used to be, but it's just okay. Well, what I did was 15 years ago, I started and said, wait a minute, a mobile user has totally different needs than anybody else. So why would I take a desktop user and all these expensive programmers, and I really admire them. I mean, they do a great job. Why build for only 15% of the market? Build for 85% of the market, which is mobile. And what's the number one thing a mobile user wants to do? It's a phone. They want to make a phone call. So make sure you got a button at the top of the web page. They press a button and make a phone call. Now go to CNN, NBC, Fox News, Nike, Kellogg, anyone you want, and try making a phone call. Virtually impossible. So the programmers don't know mobile marketing. I do. I studied it for 15 years. And then if you're a brick and mortar, and those are decreasing, but if you want somebody to buy from you, you got to get them through your front door. What's the number way to get them through your front door? GPS in the palm of your hand. How many websites have that? Virtually none. Because you can't use GPS on your desktop. So I think those two examples, and there's many more, will convince you why the Chinese are eating our lunch. They know how to listen. They know how, they have a yearning for learning. They don't know it all. They don't turn off new ideas. They listen. Now, yes, they follow the government. They don't have the freedom. I know all those. I'm not pitching communism. Remember, I brought communist capital into the U.S. to create a U.S. Corporation. So I am an American. I am for democracy, but I'm for a collaborative democracy that is growing and helping each other. I am not for a divisive democracy where competition is unfair and where billionaires pay no taxes and the blue collar work 3 jobs. That's not my vision of the future. So back to mobile. If you use mobile, if you use AI, if you use cryptocurrency, if you keep your mind open, and Dr. John, my guy, will give you a college degree and you'll graduate debt free. That's why I bought the metaverse company that he's moving his $100 million virtual university over. We are going to change this world. We're going to change Arizona from the worst education, make them number 1. We're going to eliminate vet suicide. We're going to do everything we can to eliminate what used to be called homelessness. Now it's unhoused. We are going to support Jason McNamara, Maury, all the great people that are in Kurt and Sue's network. These are some of the brightest, most unselfish people in the world. And if you're not taking full advantage of it, you're shooting yourself in the foot. So if you don't know how to do it, you can figure it out. If you can't, surround yourself with people that can. Don't be afraid of crypto. Hi, Miran. Thank you. You're the real father. You know, I'm the real father to 2 daughters, but you look like you're the real father to a nation. Tell me who you are, good man.
How you doing, Mr. Jim? My name
I
is
am doing much better that you're here.
My name is Miran Gunnells, and I have an organization. It's called Real Fathers Inc. We help single dads out. I was a single dad, raised 2 daughters, and my wife had passed away back in 2011. And my kids was only 10 and 7 when she passed. And while I was raising them, it wasn't no resources or no support groups out here for dads. And now my kids is 25 and 22. They have their own career. My oldest daughter, Lakeisha, she's 25, and she's into the medical field. And my youngest, 22, Yoshika, she's into the daycare. And I wanted to do something else and to get out here in the community to help fathers out with resources with education, mentorship, and counseling. And on the education side, I want to get into the trade school, commercial driver license, and community college because I want these men to have some type of career to show their kids how to get out of poverty. If you don't have no career, you ain't gonna show your kids, and you're gonna keep going in circles, and that ain't good for the community. So,
Well, I applaud what you're doing. I had two daughters. My 38-year-old died of cancer. She's buried overlooking Pikes Peak for all eternity. She was in the medical community. She was a licensed clinical social worker.
oh, okay.
And they sent a TV crew down to do her story. It's now been seen by over 30,000 people. And on her deathbed, she said, "Daddy, you're connected. I want you to pay it forward with random acts of kindness." So that's what I do every day when I get up. Now, my other daughter, and I never brag about me, but like you, I brag about my daughter, right? And
Yeah.
my other daughter is 48. She's a sponsored triathlete. She had a
Wow.
birth defect and she overcame it because she had a cast from below her chin to 6 inches below her hip that she had to wear 23 and a half hours a day when she was 15. She has kyphosis, which is the opposite of scoliosis. So she
Oh.
started running to build her strength. And now she doesn't stop running. She came here to the valley and they have a run for the homeless now, a run on Thanksgiving, and there's 5,000 runners, and she was 46, came down here and ran, came in third. The girl who
Wow.
won is in her 20s. She's a Nike professional and an 8-time Olympian. So you think I'm proud of Jamie? Yeah, you bet.
Yes, I bet you are. Man, I heard you was into the Board of Education in
Yeah, where are you located?
Glendale, Arizona.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I had Tom Horn come and sit down next to me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I want to talk to you more about that, trying to get into the school system and things like that.
Oh, I'd love to. I welcome you with open arms. A
Oh,
girl
yeah.
I'm trying to date now, I met because she's a spokesperson for SOS, Save Our Schools.
Uh-huh. Oh, okay.
Save Our Schools.
Yeah.
Remember Red for Ed, that campaign?
Yep.
Well, that
Yep.
was all them.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. We got to sit down, Mr. Jim.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
just Jim. I'm a nothing and a nobody. I'm
I
just trying to
respect
keep
that.
out of handcuffs.
Yeah, no, I was raised from the South, and my grandmother always taught me to always address a man or a woman by Mr. or Mrs. So,
I respect that. Now, I lived in a ghetto in Dayton, Ohio when I was first working with General Electric. I got
I
promoted
used
from
to stay in
Cincinnati.
Toledo. I used to
Yeah,
stay in Toledo, so I know what you're talking about.
yeah, I know Toledo very well. So I walked into the professional Boy Scout office, and there were two black guys there, both professional. And I said, "You guys need any help?" And the two of them looked at each other like I just shot somebody. And they said, "Nobody does that." I said, "I just did." So Clyde picked up on it real quick. He lived across the street from me. So, long story short, he conned me. He took me out to lunch. He said, "Hey, how about you be the quarterback for our team? We'll give you a board of directors." And I said, "Well, if you do that, I guess." So I started a Boy Scout troop in the ghetto. And when he took me out to lunch, he gave me the 6-inch thick 3-ring binder. I said, "What the hell is that?" And he said, "You're our camporee chairman. We got 50 troops, and you got to get 3 TV stations, and it'll be okay. We got people to help you."
Oh, wow.
21 years old. Man, did I learn how to lead really fast.
Right, right. Yeah. See, that was your calling.
Well, it wasn't at the time, but it became a life-changing event.
Right, right. So, hey, we don't never know what is our calling, but when somebody comes, that tells me that's the man of God that's coming to change your life. So,
Yeah. So tell me how many people you have in your Real Fathers Inc. organization.
what part you talking about the men or just the overall organization?
The overall organization. What's your membership?
Membership. I got like 3 people. We just started this 3 years ago, 2023. So we're a 501c3 organization too, and and I do events for men. Uh, I have one coming up June the 20th. Every year I do an event, and this is my second one, where we honor dads with like gift cards, swag bags. Uh, we have motivator speakers there and have dinner just to show them that it's somebody out here that cares and want to be a voice for you that you don't have no voice out here.
Now, I'm going to give you a fact and I'm going to curse you. Are you
Okay.
ready?
Yes, sir.
Because a relationship with me is a curse. It lasts a lifetime. You can't
Ah.
get away from it. The only way you get away from it is you either ghost me or you lie to me and you're gone really quick.
Right, right. Hey, that's what I tell people. My word is my bond. So,
All right. So here's the truth. 1 in 6 of us are going to die with prostate cancer.
right.
African Americans, unfortunately, a
It's a
higher
high.
ratio.
Mm-hmm.
It is 98% curable with a simple blood test.
Yep.
I am a 2-time cancer survivor,
Oh,
and
God bless you.
I had a radical prostatectomy in Chicago after exploring the 3 different ways that you get cured. One is
Yeah.
with a radical, which is the only one you get pathological data. The other is called seeds or brachytherapy. And the third one is radiology. So chemo is not a factor in prostate cancer unless you're beyond being saved, right? I won't
Right,
go
right,
into those technicalities. But if you
right.
catch it early enough and you want to be in that 98% that are cured, and I have been since 1990.
Oh,
I
okay.
did I did a lot of research. So I met the top people in the entire world in all 3 of those disciplines. And
Oh,
my
wow.
surgeon, yeah, my surgeon is Dr. Bill Catalona at Northwestern, and it's now part of some bigger hospital. And he's credited with inventing the PSA test. He did not, but he popularized it.
Yeah,
And I became a member. I'd like you to write this down, please.
yeah, I got it.
I became a member of Immerman, and that is IMERMAN, angels, plural.org. And Johnny is in Chicago. His worldwide organization has a board of directors that you and I would kill for. And
Right.
he has one mission, and that is any type of cancer anywhere in the world. Within 24 hours of diagnosis, they match a cancer fighter with a cancer survivor of the same exact profile. That
Oh,
saved my
wow.
life.
Right, right. I'm gonna have
Okay,
to cut
now I'm
down.
going to go right after your heart. So I get a phone call one day, and this guy's talking awful fast. Hey, Jim, Zed Rambler. I said, whoa, whoa, slow down, you New Yorkers. I said, who the hell are you? And he goes, my name is Ed Randall. I am the voice of Major League Baseball on Sirius XM radio in New York. I said, oh my God, you're the obnoxious Howard Stern's roommate. He said, you got it. And he said, and I'm your new mentor. So he's
Wow.
been my mentor as an Immerman angel since when I was cured. Now, the
Oh,
reason I'm telling you this story and we don't have any time is that he and I put on 167 events across all of Major League Baseball on Father's Day.
oh, wow.
And I am the front man, so I meet people like you. And is it pronounced Miran?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Miran, I would say, would you like to throw out the first pitch? And you look at me like I have three hats, right? And then
Right,
you'd
right.
realize that I'm totally honest because I never lie. And I'm usually serious because I'm running some pretty major businesses and I'm in some pretty serious uh, ventures that are keeping people alive. So on Father's Day, you could throw out the first pitch in any stadium in the United States. You get to bring 20 of your closest friends and relatives, and the owner himself will or herself will come down and greet you. Every player will wear a baby blue wristband. All the umpires wear a baby blue armband. Ed sends the
Wow.
public service announcement. He FedExes to your house the trifold brochures. And please don't throw it in the dirt. And the team is going to sign a baby blue bat. And after they do, it's your job to raffle it off. And once you do that, you are the honored guest of that team. It is one of the most memorable things in your lifetime.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love that.
So I'd like to use that as an incentive to help your membership drive.
Okay. I would love that. Man, that would
Now,
be
here's the sad story. The guy that I did mine in Chicago, and I did it for a minor league team down in, I forget the name of the town. I can't remember the name, but he was a professional black comedian. His
uh-huh.
wife probably knows Sue because she's a professor at University of Wisconsin in Madison. But as I told you, blacks are more susceptible. Even though he had a blood test that was stage 2 or 3, he died, and he was a professional comedian. So when I was cured, I said, why don't we have a prostate cancer Olympics? I got the first event, peeing in both of your sneakers. I just did it. He
Oh,
said, no, I
wow.
can't. Yeah, he said, no, I can't use that on the stage. Well, anyway, unfortunately, JT did not make it. So I'm
Oh,
doing this talk in his memory.
man. Oh, that is so it's such a blessing. Man.
So do you think we can fit like a hand and glove?
Yeah, we can do. Man.
I, I can help you grow your membership like no one on earth. And that's a lot. That's a strong statement. I want you to hold me accountable to it.
Yes, sir. I sure will, Mr. Jim. Oh man, you're a blessing. You're a blessing.
No, my daughter was the blessing. I'm just doing what she told me. And man,
And
she was a strong personality. I would never not do what she told me to do. The
wow.
consequences would be too painful.
I know, right? Well, I appreciate you, Mr. Jim.
Are, are you are you married, Myron?
Yes, sir.
So you know what the consequences are in not doing what your wife tells you to do.
Right.
All right. It's pretty simple. We know who the superior sex is.
Yeah, right, right.
And like you were taught to say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. I was just taught to say, yes, ma'am, to my wife and my 2 daughters and my female bitch dog. Yes, ma'am.
Oh man, that's that's wild. Man, Mr. Jim, man, you're a blessing. And when I seen that message this morning, I'm like, oh man, I have to meet him. And sure enough, I appreciate you, Mr. Kirk, for introducing me to Mr. Jim.
Well, I tell you, Kurt and Sue are God's gift to the world. Hi, Kurt.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, by the way, we don't let any cheeseheads do the Father's Day first pitch. Nah, that doesn't happen.
Okay. Well, I know to stay at home and enjoy my cheese.
So, what three things can the internet bring to you, Myron? What three things can this organization bring to you? Because Tim, the normal host, is one of the most generous guys you'll ever meet. He lives in the Madison area and he's a member of the Lions Club. So, in my book, he's next to God. So, what can this organization do to help you?
Get the word out there, awareness, the single dads, and just help get sponsorships and donors.
Well, let me give you what I think is the best charity organization. Go ahead and write it down. It's Community Boost. And the founder, who I'm desperately trying to meet, and Kurt was nice enough to write to him, is Cameron Ripley. And I was on some of his training podcasts where he had Give Butter, who's the #1 in the world. He had Microsoft campaign manager himself there. My girl with Google is their top charity person. I mean, when you get into some of these meetings, you better be really good with your short story because they have the money, the resources, the heart
Right.
to make whatever you want to get done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got
So
my
that's
short
one,
story.
Community Boost. Are you a
Okay.
veteran?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Veteran suicide is a crime, and Project Die Hard is doing everything they can to eliminate that. That's going to be the 7th company I build. I tell everybody, whether you're a vet or not, go to YouTube and type in, write this down, please.
All right.
BETHEONE, be the one, and then put a comma and national commander. And it's the American Legion national commander testifying in front of Congress. And I tell people, if you watch that video and you do not cry, send me your email and I'll buy you and your wife a $50 dinner because it ain't going to happen. I've never paid off on that bet.
Oh, okay.
But I want to run that program, 7.5 million vets nationwide.
Wow. Okay.
And as you know, there's a lot of female vets, but there's still a very high proportion of men
right.
that are vets.
Yeah. You got that right. And it's a lot of vets out here too, as single dads I see. I've been
Yep.
seeing.
And the final one is Ed Randall's charity. It's called Fans for FOR thecure.org or .com, sorry.
You said
And
band
Steve
for
Garvey is our chairman. Fansforthecure.com. And Steve Garvey is our chairman.
Right.
And not to overwhelm you, because I hit people like a fire hose. Here's another one. It is politically based, but it's nonpartisan. And that is countryfirst.com. Country1st.com. We are 300,000 members strong. It's Adam Kinzinger from the January 6th committee. And we are the only nonpartisan candidate training program in the world. So we welcome Democrats, real Republicans, undecided, independent, everybody except the criminal MAGA.
Right.
So these are all organizations that can broaden your reach.
Okay. All right. Man, I appreciate, man. Yep. I'm gonna be talking to you, Mr. Jim. Believe.
I hope so.
Oh yeah, yeah. You right here in Arizona too. So yeah. What part of the city you stay in?
Well, I'm all over the place. I started in Santan Valley, which just became a town.
Right.
And then I was in Gold Canyon.
Okay.
I just testified in front of the Mesa City Council. I know the mayor and the head of the council at Maricopa in Tempe, and I'm right now up in Globe. I just
Oh,
went
okay.
through all the floods up here and I've been helping. So I'm all
Oh,
over
okay.
the state, but usually June 1, I'm up in Lakeside because it doesn't say stupid across my forehead. And when it gets over 100 degrees, my butt is out of there. And I come
Right.
back on October 1.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I was in Chandler yesterday. I am dropping literature for the guy running for mayor, the guy running for vice mayor, and 2 councilwomen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I'm deeply involved in politics here. Deeply.
Ah, that's cool. I like that. You can get me in front of some of these politicians.
Oh, for sure. Register with Country First.
Okay.
I sit on 3 committees and I got the governor elected and I have a pending nomination because she fired the entire Arizona Mexico Border Commission. And I have a pending nomination to be on that board of directors. And
Oh,
Ruben said to me when we had a private lunch together, he said, Jim, why do you want the worst job in America that pays nothing? I said, because I can make a difference.
that's what I'm talking about, Mr. Jim. Man, you the Lord, man, Mr. Jim. I'm glad I met you, man. You is a true blessing, believe. So I appreciate you. I thank you.
So here's my final commercial. Um, and I'm deadly serious. This is worth a master's degree from ASU that would cost you $25,000 and take you 2 years. I'm giving it to you for free. So let's write down the first word. Call
Okay.
the number 2, the word action, the word symbol, symbol.net. And that will take you months to watch all the videos and read and understand the resources. I mean, I can't give you a better gift, and it's no
Okay.
charge.
All right.
And if I ever see you use an amateur freebie created QR code, you got my dog to answer to.
Okay. Hey, so how am I supposed to make a QR code with no amateur?
If you make one without me, you're an amateur and it will fail 20 to 70% of the time.
Okay, I
So
got
if
you. I
you
got you.
really, if you want to spit my mesquite, go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna call you. I got your number, so I will be reaching out to get help me with that. I appreciate it.
Where
uh,
else can I help?
well, I need to get some more board members.
So do I. I'm looking for a chairman to invest 350,000. I will give him 49% of my company. I
Wow.
need a vice chairman for 200,000. I'll give him 40% of my company. How are you attracting board members? I have 22, 7 of them are PhDs, and Lee Cockrell from Disney will probably be the next one.
Oh wow. I don't even know how to compete with that.
You don't have to compete. You could follow my lead and do the same thing. So how are
Okay.
you attracting board members?
Well, I'm just asking. I don't have no price because right now I'm not making no money.
Well,
So,
neither am I. I'm in a hole. I lost $1.3 million, everything I had, my wife, my marriage, everything. And then I spent a fortune for Lions Club. That cost me 21 million. And then I took a $499 million order away from Elon, and I fired my chairman. And somebody said, "What? Didn't you just make a 2.6 million commission?" I said, "Yep." He said, "Do you think Paul's going to pay you now that you fired him?" I said, "I don't smoke ganja, no." And they said, "Man, you got brass nuggets." And I said, "No, I never lie. Don't lie to me." And man, they will never lie to me after they saw me pull that one off.
But I bet they won't, man. Well, you don't. I see you don't play, Mr. Jim. You about to
No, I
be.
do not when it comes to the truth. So I'm about 75,000 in the hole.
Oh, okay. See, I need to learn from you, Mr. Jim, because I don't have no strategy of getting board members.
Okay, I'll be glad to share.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm just being honest. This is my first time doing this, so I really don't know what I'm doing. I'm looking at YouTube and talking to other people and stuff like that. So I do really need a solid mentor to guide me through this.
I'd be glad to play that role.
All right, all right. Oh man, I appreciate it, Mr. Jim. Man, I've been praying to God to send me a good mentor to mentor more, put me in my place, and get me out my own way. So,
I got a lot of people that are trying to put me in the place, I guarantee you. I never learned how to color between the lines. And they keep telling me, "You can't do that." And I said, "I just did."
right, right. Oh man,
Like I asked the Uber driver out, right? I mean, how many people do that?
right.
And she said yes.
Oh, Mr. Jim, you wow. Like, ain't no shame in your game, I see.
Well, I'm 76 years old. I love beautiful women. Why would I want to date an old woman? Why would I want to do that?
You like my father-in-law.
So my slot is between about 35 to 55. Now, 27 is way too young for me, but
Right.
35 is pretty nice.
All right, yeah, my father, he got a young lady. I think she's like 40 something. He's
Yeah,
76.
there you go. He knows how to do it.
Right, I guess. I don't. I be thinking they be trying to just use them. So if y'all like it, I love it. I tell him that too. So, man, Mr. Jim, I appreciate you, man. I'm gonna love talking to you. I see, because you've been in some places I've been, so we can relate.
Oh, yeah. Well, I also realized I haven't had a drink in 17 years, and I
Oh
haven't
wow.
had a cigarette in 16 years. And I used to wake up in the morning and smoke 4 cigarettes without stopping, one after another, just injecting the nicotine. That's how
Right.
bad I was.
Oh wow.
I smoked for 50 years. I was an idiot that tried to commit suicide for 50 years.
Man. Wow, yeah. That's crazy. Man.
So, what do you do for a living outside the charity?
I just found my job I wanted to do. I'm a CDL instructor.
Oh, really? Do you know
Yes,
who
sir.
First Transit is?
I used to work for First Transit.
So did I. I was becoming a certified driver trainer.
Oh, okay. Yep, I'm starting at this CDL school called Truck Driver School of America. I started tomorrow, matter of fact, and then once I get in there good, he want me to go get my certificate for to being a third party trainer, third party tester.
Yep. I
Yeah.
would do it, man. Their training
Oh
is the
yeah.
best in the world.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that see, that's gonna help me because I wanted to open up a truck driving school myself. And so getting all them certificates is gonna help because I wanted to do it for the nonprofit. So that's gonna bring the men in to get careers to start their jobs and stuff. So that's why I think God got me on this track to do that.
Well, I eventually would like you to help me sell stuff on my website, right? I pay a 30% commission for doing nothing. Just drive
Okay.
people to my website, right? But
Yes.
do you know who T Noah is?
T no
It's the
no.
National Owner Operators Association.
Oh, okay. I don't know him,
There,
no.
there are 35,000 members. They're the
Wow.
largest trucking organization in America. And I built out their website for them, their business card that I told you is the entrance ramp, the information highway. I did
Uh-huh.
everything for them for free. Free.
Wow.
So I'm going to put that in the chat. And they never, never, never said thank you. Not one thank you.
Oh man, that's wow. Some business does take advantage of people.
You think? Well, it's that I'm just too nice. I offer. And, when somebody gives me a gift, I feel I owe them something, right? Even though they never ask for anything. If you
Right,
give
right.
me a gift, I owe you something, man. That's a courtesy.
Yeah, you're right about that.
We are human beings.
How long you
Yeah,
gonna be
one of
in
them's
Glo-
got, I'm going to give you this one. It's got 1,482 views. Yeah, that's what I can do for you. 1,482 views. And that is, go ahead and click on it in the chat.
This video does not exist. Let's see.
It does. Don't worry about that. It does.
So how do you convince someone to drop millions of dollars on a new piece of tech? Well, today we're going to find out. We're going inside a real pitch deck from a company that thinks they've built the next QR code and they want $5 million to make it happen. So let's break down their argument slide by slide. Every great pitch tells a story, and we're going to follow theirs step by step. First up, they introduce the villain, the problem with QR codes. Then, of course, the hero swoops in, their symbol for action. After that, we'll get into how they plan to actually make money, how they'll crush the competition, and then the grand finale, their $5 million vision for the future. All right, so every good story needs a villain, right? For this company, that villain is the QR code itself. They kick things off with a pretty bold question. Is that little black and white square we all know actually failing? Let's see the case they build. And they start with something we all know. This is such a classic pitch move. They know we've all seen these codes everywhere menus, posters, you name it. They're getting us to nod along, establishing that common ground before they hit us with the problem. And here it is, the first jab. They're claiming that getting a successful scan is way harder than you'd think, with rates as low as 30%. I mean, think about that for a second. That means 7 out of 10 times a potential customer is just lost right at the very first step. That's the pain point they're zeroing in on. And then, boom, the knockout punch. Of the few people who actually do manage to scan the code, they claim only 5% follow through and convert. If you're running a business, that's just a disaster. You're pouring all this money into getting people interested just to lose 95% of them at the finish line. And that is the multi-billion-dollar problem they're about to solve. So, just to wrap this part up, here's their case against the QR code. They say they're static and boring, you can't really brand them, the conversion rates are terrible, and businesses get almost no useful data back. The stage is perfectly set for their hero to make an entrance. Okay, so with the villain established and the problem crystal clear, it is time to introduce the hero of our story. Section 2 is all about their solution, what they're calling a symbol for action. You gotta love the marketing swagger here. They're not just selling a piece of tech, they're selling the entrance ramp to the information highway town. Yeah, it's a little over the top, but it's bold, it's trademarked, and it's designed to be memorable for an investor. Now, what's so smart about this is how each feature is a direct answer to the problems they just laid out. QR codes are static, theirs is action-oriented. Can't brand a QR code? Theirs is customizable. No data? Theirs is analytics-driven. It's a textbook move for every pain point. Here's our specific solution. And here we go with the custom jargon. They've coined the term MOBS stamps, which is a mobile optimized video site. See, by creating their own fancy acronym for a custom landing page, they're building this little feature moat around their product. It makes the whole package feel more unique and proprietary than just, a link. And here we have it, the money slide. This one chart is their entire argument in a nutshell. They claim they can take that dismal 5% conversion rate and crank it all the way up to 30%. That's a six-fold improvement. For an investor, this is everything. The whole pitch hinges on this claim, and you can bet the first question afterwards is going to be, how on earth did you measure that? Okay, so we've seen the product, we've seen the killer feature, but here's where a cool idea has to prove it can actually be a great business. Section 3 is all about the dollars and cents. First thing they do is show investors the size of the prize. This isn't some tiny.
What happened?
Yeah, we were hearing the sound, but now that seems to have gone away. Is the video still playing?
And because no keyboard has a create key, so it was a
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, okay. All right.
He may have stopped it, Sue.
Yeah. Now I'm
So
gonna be
you can
looking.
do that as your homework. I think I have overwhelmed you, correct? Have you ever been hit with a fire hose before? You just were.
Right. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of all this. Okay. All
So the
right.
next time I ask, do you need anything else? I think you're probably going to say, no.
All right, man. You're in a group text too, I see. Okay, yeah.
All right, Sue, when does this program end and the next one start? Or do we just stay with this?
If you want to just stay with this, it is totally up to you. Because you guys are going above and beyond, and welcome to stay as long as you like. But whenever you're done, we can go ahead and wrap her up. It's up to you.
What do you want to do, Myron? You're the boss.
I got what time is it? I gotta get in cook here for the family, for my wife anyway. Ain't no more family.
All right, so why don't we say goodbye, God bless, make sure you get a blood test, and I am honored to meet you, my good man. You're doing wonderful things.
Oh, thank you. I'm honored to meet you, Mr. Jim. And I will be staying in touch with you, believe.
Please do. And
All right.
don't ever lie to me and don't ever ghost me.
Oh, no. Like I said, my word is my bond. That's the only thing I got right now. So
There you go. All right. Thanks for the opportunity, Sue.
And thanks to you, Mr. Jim. I appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome. Two amazing gentlemen here. We have Jim Bannon and Miran Gunnells sharing with us this episode of Blue Collar Crypto. Blue Collar Crypto is a product of World of Ability Podcast Network. We are here every Sunday at 4 o'clock and 5:30. Today we had an extra special event with Jim coming in and guest hosting, and we are very, very thankful for all that these gentlemen have given today. Enjoy, and till next time, as always, we thank you.